Hi, welcome to Firefly Yoga with me, Maria. So today we're going to practice some yoga. So yoga is about self-improvement or making ourselves feel better. It's a process of deconstructing all the barriers we have erected that prevent us from having an authentic connection with ourselves and with the world. So each time we come to our mat, a new metaphor for understanding the essence and the purpose of the practice emerge. And I'm sure you'll agree that when you finish your yoga practice, you do feel enlightened, you do feel more connected with yourself. So we're going to practice some yoga. If you have a yoga strap, brilliant, then go grab it. Otherwise, if you've got a long belt or the belt that you have on your nightgown, then grab that. I'm going to be using a yoga block to sit up on because we're going to be doing some mantra meditation at the end of the class. If you haven't got a block, then just grab a cushion or a blanket and you can just fold it a few times so it helps you to sit up. Right, so let's come down to our mats and we're going to start in Savasana. So we're just going to lay back, taking our hands to the side, our palms are facing up. Slightly tuck the chin into the chest. And we're just going to start with a very simple yogic breath. So you're just going to take a nice long deep breath in through the nose for a count of 4. And then as you exhale through the nose, we're going to go for a count of between 6 and 8. In your own time, breathing through the nose for a count of 4, nice and slowly taking a nice deep breath in. And then as you exhale for roughly between a count of 6 to 8, just breathe out really slowly. So you're controlling this breath. As you inhale again, your tummy is going to raise like a big balloon and your chest is expanding. And then as you exhale, just allow the tummy to flatten. So now in your own time, just take a few more deep breaths. And now we're just going to bring our feet closer together now. Bring our hands next to the side of the body and put the palms face down. So palms are on the mat. And we're going to inhale, taking the arms above the head and just stretching out nice and long here. Get comfortable. You may like to stretch out one leg, stretch out the other leg. Do the same with the arms. And then you exhale, bring the hands back down to the side of the body. I'm going to inhale again. Taking the arms above the head. And this time we're going to stretch out the right arm and the left leg. And then change sides. Let's do the left arm and the right leg. And exhale, bring the hands back to the side of the body. One more time, inhale. Stretching up. Now just stretch the arms up, stretch the legs away. And then as you exhale, bring the right leg in towards you. Now you can either grab on your shins, you can grab behind the leg on your hamstring. Just hold the leg here, bringing it into the chest. Let's rotate the ankle one way and rotate the ankle the other way. And if you can, just take that leg up above. Doesn't matter if you can't bring the leg in too close to you. This is just a very gentle stretch before we start the main practice. So bring the leg back down. Inhale, taking the arms above the head, relaxing the leg, and now we're going to bring the left leg in. So grab onto the calf or behind on the hamstrings. Rotate the ankle in one direction and then go back the other way. And then you're going to inhale the leg up. You can have a slight bend in the knee. You're just warming up the hamstrings here. And then bring the knee back into the chest. Inhale the arms above the head. Releasing the leg, and then we're going to bring both knees in, holding onto the shins and rocking from side to side, or perhaps taking your hands onto your hamstrings and just rock from side to side. And then in your own time, if you've got high blood pressure, roll over to the left, otherwise roll over to the right. Take a few moments here, taking a nice deep breath, and then in your own time, coming up to a seated position. So you're going to come up onto the block now, or come up onto your folded blanket or your cushion. We're just going to practice the Nadi Shodhana, a breathing technique. This is going to help balance out the right and left side of our brain. Everything in Hatha Yoga is about balance. Life is about balance. So sit up nice and tall now. We're not mirroring each other. So I want you to take your left hand, placing your thumb and your first finger very lightly together, stretching out your other fingers, and place your hand on your knee. Now bring up your right hand and take down the first and the second finger, placing them on the paddy bit of your thumb. Take the thumb to your right nostril and using the ring finger to place on your left nostril, okay? So you're going from right nostril to left nostril. So take your thumb, place it on your right nostril now. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. So just pull your thumb away. Let's breathe in. And exhale. Now place the thumb on the right. Inhale through the left. Closing the left nostril with the ring finger. Exhaling through the right nostril. Breathe in through the right nostril. Close with the thumb, release the ring finger, breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Close the left side with the ring finger, release the thumb, breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close the right side with the thumb, release the left, breathe out through the left. One more round. Breathe in through the left. Close the left side. Breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Close the right side. Breathe out through the left. Bring the right hand down to the right knee, making the same hand gesture as you've got on the left. Keep your eyes closed. Just breathe in through the nose. And out through the nose. And now we're going to come off of the block. Bring the legs out in front. And we'll just bring some warmth into the legs. Bring your hands to the side. Let's just roll around the ankles. And then go back the other way. Let's just warm up the wrists. Go back. Give the arms a shake. And we'll bring up the right leg, holding it like a baby. Just opening the legs. And then change sides. You're just warming up the hips here. And then come back to the center. We're going to rub our hands together so we're creating some energy. And we're just going to take our hands and we're going to hold our hands over our eyes. Just bringing some energy into our body. And now let's come on to all fours. We're going to start our cow and cat sequence. So your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. You're going to inhale, arching the back, taking the eye gaze up. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, pulling up through the back, tucking the chin. Inhale, back up to the cow pose. Exhale, back up into the cat, engaging the tummy, feeling that lovely stretch across the shoulders. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, coming up into the cat. And then from here, just come back, bringing the arms forward. Try and get your bottom onto your heels. If you're finding that struggle, you can always hold on to your heels, bringing your forehead down to the mat. Lovely, come back up. And now we're going to come up into our half down facing dog. So let's just hold it here. So we're pushing down into the palms of the hands. You can feel a lovely stretch across my back here. So coming back down, coming up into the cow pose again. And this time I'm just going to bring some movement into my hips. So I'm rolling round to the right side and then rolling round to the left side. And then we're going to come up into the cow. Exhale up into the cat. Tucking my toes. And I'm going to come back into a full down facing dog.
Just going to walk the dog here, bring some movement into my calves. They feel pretty tight, so you can perhaps hold the stretch there for a few seconds and then change. And then come up into the down facing dog, holding it here. And then perhaps just walking the hands back to the feet. Bend the knees, bring the hands up, coming all the way up. So guys, let's start with some sun salutations. Now I'm going to continue warming up the body. I'm going to keep changing from one end to the other to show you the right and left leg. I'm going to start on the right leg. So my toes are touching. My heels are slightly apart. I'm engaging my thighs, which is going to help protect my knees. It's going to pull up my knees. My hands are at the side of my body with my palms facing forward. I'm going to inhale the arms up. Just hold it here. And then as you exhale, bend the knees as much as you want to. We're going to bring the right leg back, knee down, toes down. And we're just going to hold it here. Let's just bring our hands up onto our thigh. And we're just going to enjoy this stretch. This is just a fabulous, fabulous stretch. I can feel it in my hips. I can feel it in my hip flexors. I'm going to bring my hands back down to frame my feet. If this is too much, then just come up onto your fingertips. We're going to tuck the toe and come back into plank. Okay, if this is too much, you can do the plank on the knees. I'm holding it here. And then we're going to drop the knees. We're coming down, chin and chest, keeping the elbows tucked into the body. Release the toes back down onto the mat. Your hands are at the side of your chest. Inhale, coming up to cobra. Exhale, back down. Tucking the toes, and we're coming back up into our down facing dog. So get comfortable in your down facing dog. Don't feel like you've got to be static. You can move around, you can wiggle around. I feel a lovely stretch in my upper back. And then I'm going to inhale, bringing my right leg through. Again, making sure I've got the nice alignment here. Hands onto my thighs. Nice inhale, exhale, and I'm just enjoying this stretch. Feeling it in the hip flexors, feeling it here in my hip, my buttocks. Let's hold it here. Bringing the hands to frame the feet. Remember, you can come up onto your fingertips, tucking the toe, bringing the feet back together. Inhale. Coming all the way up. Let's just stretch over to the right. Inhale, stretching over to the left. And then come back to the centre. You stay where you are. I'm coming to the left hand side. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. The left leg comes back this time. Let's come up. Let's move our foot closer in. So we're really coming, the knees coming over the toe. The heel is still connected to the mat. Oops, wobbly. Holding it here. Different stretch this time. Can feel the stretch in my calf. Can feel it in my hips still. Coming back, bring that foot forward. Hands frame the feet, tucking the toes, coming back into plank. Knees down, chin and chest all the way down, up into baby cobra or full cobra. Exhale back down, tuck the toes. Coming back into our down facing dog. Nice deep breath in and out. Just enjoy this beautiful down facing dog. This feels so good. No need to bring that left foot through, so help it if you need to. Bringing that right knee down. And coming up, we're bringing the left foot in. So you may have to keep adjusting yourself until it feels comfortable for you. Try to make sure you've got your heel on the mat. So as I say, you might need to bring your foot forward or back. Find your spot that works for you. Come into that stretch. And then we're bringing that foot forward. Hands frame the feet. Take your time. Tuck your toe. Come back into plank. Let's hold it here for a sec. Come back up into your down facing dog. This does feel nice. Come back into your plank and then back into your down facing dog. And then let's bring that left foot through and just bring that right foot through. Just hang down for a second and maybe just move from side to side. So this is one of these yoga sessions that you start to do a posture, and sometimes you feel like you need a little bit more on one leg to the other leg. So when you're at home and you're doing your own practice, just bring your elbows just onto your thighs, just hold it here. You can just do what feels good. So this is helping your lower back release here. You're using your legs, you're using your muscles here. Let's inhale and bring the arms up. I bring the hands into prayer. So we can always shake it up. You can just do what your body needs. So we're going to start with some warriors now. So we're going to start with the right leg. Okay, so let's bring our toes together. Our heels are slightly apart. We're going to inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale, let's come down. We're going to bring the right leg back, holding the knee up if at all possible. Of course, you can come down, but if you're happy to come up, we're just going to hold it here. I can feel a stronger stretch in the hips now. I'm coming back into plank. Coming into the full chaturanga. Of course, you can come onto your knees and chin and chest. If you can come with me, come down. We're coming all the way up. And then back into our down facing dog. And then bring your right leg through, okay? Your right leg through. And we're coming up into our warrior one. So our back heel needs to be at a 45-degree angle. Our arms are coming up and we're just coming into our beautiful warrior one. So our back heel is connected with the mat. We're bringing up this knee, keeping it nice and strong, using the thighs, coming down nice and low.
bring down that back arm and then bring up the front arm, just arching over. So we've got this beautiful stretch up the side of the body. And then we're going to come up into our warrior two. So imagine your imaginary line on the mat. You want both feet on that line. And we're going to come forward into the front leg, so into the right leg, keeping the knee ankle alignment. Your back foot now is to the edge of your mat, and your hips need to be open to the side of the mat. Bring the arms up, inhale. As you exhale, just allow the shoulder blades to drop down into the back. Looking over the front arm. So warriors are great for the legs, the ankles, the inside thighs and the knees. You've got to strengthen all the muscles. Now we're going to come off of the pose. So we're stretching that right leg. Let's just shorten the distance. We're going to bring the arms up and then we're going to inhale. As you exhale, come forward to the right foot and then you're going to come down. So imagine being between two panes of glass. This posture, we are twisting. So what I don't want to see is you trying to touch your toe, but you're losing that twist and you're coming forward. You need to really open up, even if that means that your hand is just below your knee. Get the correct posture. And you're feeling a lovely stretch here. Come off of the pose. We're going to bring that back foot round to face the front of the mat like we was doing warrior one, and we're going to take our arms into T shape. Inhale. As you exhale, start to rotate and then come down. Come off of the pose, keeping the feet in the same direction. We're going to take the hands to the back, so we can either interlace our fingers, we can hold on to our elbows, or we can take our hands up our back into prayer. Inhale. As we exhale, we just come forward and just hang down as low as you can. Now that might not be too far, but this is absolutely fine. I can feel my hamstrings stretching. I can feel my shoulders stretching. I'm engaging my abs. Inhale out of the posture. Release the arms. Give the arms a little shake. Roll the shoulders. Come to the top of your mats. I'm going to change ends because we're going to do our left side now. So come to the top of the mat, toes are touching, feet are in the centre of the mat, toes touching, heels slightly apart, engaging the thighs, hands are here, inhale up, exhale, swan dive down. Ooh, nearly it's in the cabinet here. Take your left leg back. If you can, stay up high, so knee off of the mat. If you can't, you're welcome to come back down to the mat. Find your position and come back into your plank. So I'm going to do the full chaturanga. So if you struggle with this, you can obviously come down onto your knees and come down chin and chest. Otherwise, we're going to come down. We're going to come up into our up facing dog, back down into our down facing dog. Nice long deep breath here. Just enjoy this posture. It's such a wonderful inversion. And then we're going to come up, bringing the left leg forward, okay? So both feet are facing to the front edge of the mat. Inhale, taking the arms above the head, coming forward. So you're using this lovely thigh muscle, engaging your outer edge of your foot to the mat and using the thigh so much so that it's going to pull your knee up, protecting your knee. And then the back arm comes back. The front arm is going to come up and then you're going to arch over. Now you can have a straight arm and just come over, or if it helps to bring your arm over your head, getting this lovely stretch. Don't forget to come down into the front leg and then come off of the pose. Coming into warrior two. So this time your left foot is to the front edge of your mat. Your back foot is now turned and it's facing the side of your mat. Your hips, instead of to the front of the mat, are now open to the side. Your arms come up. You're going to inhale. And then as you exhale, come forward. Be careful that your knee's not going over your toe. Just hold it here. Think about opening your shoulders. And stay here for a few more breaths. And then we're going to come off of the pose. Shorten the distance if this feels better for you. We're coming up into our triangle pose. So the arms are out to the side of the body. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, travel to that left foot, coming forward, and then as far as you can go, then you just twist up, taking the hand to the ceiling. Remember, we don't want the arm over here. It needs to be open. Feeling the stretch, the side of the body. And then inhale, coming off of the posture. Taking the legs now slightly open, so that's going to balance you. The arms come up. You're going to inhale. As you exhale, you start rotating and then you come down. So you've got that lovely twist. And then we're going to come up, come off of the pose. Maybe shorten the distance a little more depending on how your forward bend is and how tight your hamstrings are. We're now going to take the hands. You can either take your hands to your elbows, you can interlace your fingers, or you can take your hands up into prayer. And then you're just going to inhale, coming forward, just holding it here, engaging the abs, and then come off of the pose. Your hands a little shake. Maybe just
Roll the shoulders. And we'll come up into a nice balanced posture now. So let's do the tree. The tree is great. So we'll start with our right leg, and we can either bring our hands to our hips and our foot to our shin. Of course, if you need more stability, take your foot to the floor. Otherwise, we're going to start here. And if you can, bring your foot up into the inside thigh. Opening the hip, we'll bring our hands into prayer. We're just going to hold it here. And perhaps take the hands above the head. That's wonderful. Okay, so let's change sides now. So we're bringing up the left leg either to your calf with your hands on your hips. Again, if you want to take your toes to the floor, or come up into the full posture where your leg is up nice and high on the inside thighs. Bringing your hands into prayer. Above your head. Fantastic. So let's try the eagle pose. So with the eagle pose, we're going to bring up the left leg, open the hip, and then imagine taking the leg above the knee, tucking the toe round the back so you're here. So you can just stay here, balancing yourself. Otherwise, we're going to take the right arm under, bringing up the arms and holding here. So this is a fantastic posture for detoxifying because you're squeezing your lymph nodes here. So you're squeezing under your arms and up in your thighs. So what a great posture to do. And then we'll come off of the posture. Maybe just give the legs a little shake. And this time we're going to take the left leg up and over. Take the leg round if you can. It's absolutely fine if you just stay here, but if you can, tuck the foot. Then you sink down, not forward. Just come down. Swap arms, so the left arm's going under this time. Left, sorry. Whee. It's lovely. I love that posture. Let's give the arms a little stretch out, kick the legs out. And then we're going to come down onto our mats. We'll do a couple of postures here before we lay on our backs. So just make sure your bum cheeks are back. This is going to help you come forward. Now, this is where we start using our strap. If you struggle with forward folds, you might have tight hamstrings or a tight lower back, then just use your belt.
we need to keep our backs nice and long, our spines nice and long, and then we're just going to inhale, and then you just come forward as much as you can. You could bend the elbows. This is going to help stretch out the back. Bringing back the toes, so if you can, hold on here. And just take a few moments to see how you feel. We never want to overdo it in any of these postures. So, you know, you can just hold on to your legs if that feels better. I'm going to come off of the pose. So we're going to do a little twist. I'm going to take the right leg up and over. And you can even leave this left leg stretched out. Otherwise, if you want a little more, tuck that leg behind you. Hold on to your leg and take a little twist to the right. Just very gently, just look over the shoulder. Try and make sure that both your bottom cheeks are attached to the floor. If you find you've got one off of the floor and you're twisting and your bum's off the floor, then I would come back to this posture where your legs outstretched. Let's change sides. So the left side is coming up and over. Remember, you can have that leg stretched out, or if you want a little more, you tuck that leg under, making sure both bottom cheeks are attached to the mat. Turn, take a twist to the left hand side now. Always taking in nice, long, deep breaths. Lovely, fantastic. And then we'll just bring our feet together. So we're in a diamond shape now with our legs, and we're just allowing the hips to just naturally drop open to the side. We're not pushing. We're just holding it here, and if you can, take your hands to your feet. You're just very gently just coming forward. You might like to take the stretch a little further by bending the elbows and placing them on the shins. You'll find that will stretch the lower back more. And then if you can, bring the feet closer, allowing the hips to drop even further down. For me, I like to take my hands to the back of the room, and then I like to work my hips open. But of course, you can bring your hands to your toes and then just work your hips forward. And equally, if you push your bottom backwards, you can come forward. You can feel that in your inside thighs, in your lower back. And then we're going to come off of the pose. So we're going to come down onto our mats now. We're going to be facing down. We're just going to do a few postures for our back. So let's just place our forehead on the mat. The hands are out into a T shape. And we're just going to inhale. Just allowing the head and the shoulders
and the upper back just to lift off the mat. And then exhale back down. We're going to take our hands in front now, and we're going to inhale, coming up, and then see if you can bring your arms off. If this is too much, you can just do one arm, and then you change sides. And release back down. Just roll the shoulders around a tiny little bit. And then bring the arms back out into T shape. Inhale. And then you're going to roll to the side, lifting off the right arm. And then coming over to the left hand side. Change. And then back down to the mat. Bringing the hands next to the body. And then you're going to come up and we're coming into Sphinx pose. So find your comfort zone here. I'm sure you've seen a Sphinx before on the TV. So we're making this posture. So you're looking forward. Find what feels comfortable for you. You don't want your arms too far forward, and equally you don't want them too far back. Just find that comfortable position here. And then if you can, we're just going to lift the elbows off. Just getting a stronger stretch in the back now. And then come back onto your elbows. And then bring your head back down to the mat. Just roll your bottom around here. Just rock from side to side, releasing the tension. And then I want you to bring your right leg up and your left arm out. So right hand to right leg. And we're going to come up. This is a half bow pose. And then relax back down. Let's try the other side. So your right arm in front, left hand to left foot, coming up, so the thighs coming off of the mat. And relax back down. Now either swap sides or we're going to do the full bow pose. So holding on to your legs, inhale. And then you come up. And relax back down. And then bring your hands to the side. You're going to come up and back. Stretching out the arms. Let's come up into happy baby pose. And then slowly walking the hands back so your bottom sits on your heels. Bringing the arms to the back. Coming into our child's pose. And then when you're ready, come up. We're going to take our belt or our yoga strap. Let's start with the right leg. Let me just twist around, show you the right leg. And we're just going to, let's just take my hair out a sec. Just going to bring that leg up as much as we can. Okay, now of course if you can hold on to your toes, then that's perfect. I want you to stretch your left leg out and pull back the toes on the left leg so you're using the muscles in the thigh. needs to be a nice strong leg. Your bottom needs to be engaged with the mat. And we're just going to hold this stretch for the hamstring. And now bring your left hand into T shape, and I want you to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to allow that right leg to come out to the side. Now, whilst you're doing that, this left leg is working, it's really strong. So the bottom cheeks on the left side need to be engaged with the mat. There's no good you, just because your right leg is coming off, it's then twisting your back and your bottom off of the mat. The back needs to be on the mat, the thigh engaged with the mat, and your left bottom cheek engaged with the mat. So we're going to bring in that right leg out to the side and just relax into this posture. Of course, like I say, if you're one of these lovely flexible ladies that can just be holding on to their foot here, then great, you know, do that. But please make sure that your left side and your back is all engaged with the mat. Don't compromise your posture just by trying to, you know, look really ultra stretchy, and by doing that you've compromised your posture, the correct posture. So bring your right foot back to the centre. Your right arm is going into that half T shape now, and then we're just going to allow that right foot to come over. Now this is now when your back can leave the mat. Still working through that left leg, of course. And we're inhaling, exhaling all the time, working into the posture. Trying to make sure that this right shoulder blade doesn't leave the mat. And then I'm going to bring my right leg back to the centre. Just going to bring my knee into my chest, holding onto my calf. I'm just going to rotate just a tiny bit, just to bring a little bit of movement into the hips, a bit of relaxation for the hips. And I'm going to change sides. So let's allow the right leg to come down to the mat. Get nice and comfortable. Engage the right foot. Coming into the left. I don't know if I'm going to have enough room here. So first of all, I'm just stretching out my hamstrings. I've got incredibly tight hamstrings. I probably do far too many weights, but hey ho. Life's about balance, hey? So I'm just stretching out here. You see my bottom is engaged with the mat and my back is. So now, just if you can think about this right side, engage it with the mat as you inhale, and as you exhale, you allow that left side to drop open. Remembering the right side, my back is on the mat, glued to the mat, and so is my right leg, my right bottom cheek. My abs are engaged. And now I'm going to bring that right leg back to the centre, taking it nice and slow. Swap hands. So my left arm is going down, and now I'm just allowing that left leg to come up over my body. My back is now lifting off of the mat, but my shoulder blade is still connected. Shoulder blade, shoulder. This is such a relaxing posture to do. Lovely way to finish the class with these lovely relaxing postures. So bring my left foot in. I'm just going to get rid of the strap, holding on to my shin, and then I'm just making small circles. And then if you want to, you could bring up both. Just hold on to the knees, and then imagine like rowing a boat. So imagine your knees are the oars, and you're just making those circly movements, and then perhaps go back round the other way. That's lovely. And just bring your feet to the mat. So we're going to come up into our half shoulder stand. So you're going to come up here, taking your hands to your back. I'm just going to turn round because I want to show you the plough. So you're either here. Of course, if you don't like to do either the half shoulder stand or the full shoulder stand, you can always take your legs and go and place them up against the wall. So you're literally, you'll just come over to the wall and you place your legs up against the wall. And this is a great inversion to do. Your legs are still off of the floor. And you can relax there just while we practice the shoulder stand. So you're going to work your hands up your back, keeping your neck still the whole time. And when you're ready, you start to practice the plough. So you could just take one leg down and practice doing the plough. As I say, you don't have to just completely come over. And then when you've had enough, you very gently just allow yourself to come down nice and slow. And then just take your legs out long. Take your hands into a diamond shape. Place them underneath your bottom, coming up onto your elbows, bringing your head back. Close the mouth. So the counter pose is the fish. And then we're just going to relax back down, bring the arms out. Take the hands, interlace the fingers, place them under the head. We've just arched our neck back, so we'll just do a counter pose for the neck and the head. Oh, lovely. So, guys, just bring your knees up and we'll just hold on to our legs. We'll rock from side to side, and in a sec we're going to come up and we're just going to practice a mantra meditation. So you don't need to join me today if you're not feeling the meditation. Quite welcome to just lay in Savasana, switch me off and just relax for 5 minutes. And I'll, you know, some days we feel like, you know, we don't want to do anymore. We just want to relax. It's been quite a lovely, relaxing yoga practice. So If that's the case, please do come back and watch more videos. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Otherwise, you guys that are going to come and do some meditation with me, either roll over to the left hand side if you have high blood pressure, otherwise come over to the right. Take a nice deep breath and then come all the way up. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I feel lovely and relaxed now. So guys, a mantra meditation. So a mantra is a saying or a sound that's repeated over and over. So you could say Om in your head, or you may like to say may I be happy, may I be happy, or Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. There's lots of different mantras, and if you do get time, have a think of something that you feel like you need to say to yourself on a daily basis. Now this could be all different kinds of things, and you don't have to say it out loud. You can just say it in your head. And what this is doing is it's making your brain focus. So meditation is a bit like exercising the mind. So we want to get rid of all that negative, that videotape of just something going over and over and over in your mind. We just want to calm the mind down. And what else can I tell you about meditation? Well, simple terms, you don't need to sit cross-legged. You know, if you're happy to just sit up against the wall or the chair, then do that. It's not really a great idea to lay down, because we don't really want to go to sleep. We are actually, like I say, we're working. It's a workout for the mind. So I like to sit up on my block. But of course, if you haven't got a block, you can fold your mat up, fold some blankets, sit on a cushion. So meditation is going to help us to focus. We're going to be less anxious. We're going to be more compassionate. There's many reasons why we meditate, but I'm not going to keep banging on. So we can just sit like so, and we're just touching on this today. We are going to do a minute, 2 minutes. We're just going to close our eyes. We're either going to focus on our breath if you're finding the mantra all a little bit too much, you don't want to say something over and over, or you don't know what to say. So you could just stick with in your mind's eye, you haven't got to say it out loud, just thinking, oh, and do that over and over. Or you could just breathe in, breathe out, and use that as a count of 1, and then maybe just count up to 60 or 30. So let's just do it. Let's close our eyes, sit up nice and tall. Nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. And we'll just enjoy this time. So I'm going to be quiet now.
Let's take a nice deep breath in now, guys. And exhale nice and slowly. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And then let's just bring our hands into prayer. And then we'll just rub our hands together. We're bringing some heat and some energy back into our bodies. And then very gently you just cup your hands over your eyes. And feel the energy. So, I hope you enjoyed our yoga practice today. Please do come back and watch more videos. If you're enjoying my videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I will see you all very soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, evening, week, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.